Hi Leo, welcome to your biweekly readings. As always, keep in mind that this is just a general reading. Take what it feels right and what resonates with your own life experiences at the moment. Also, if you would like a private reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. So, Leo, it seems that you're probably you're probably facing some challenging energies in terms of being anxious or nervous, preoccupied over something you are waiting to see manifested. And this test of patience, this test of endurance over the situation, that could be related to your with the physical aspects of life, with your money situation, with your work life, with your ambitions, with your career, with your health. This situation is making you really upset because it's a test of time, and the endurance of the process goes over the understanding of the cycles of nature itself, for you to have this better understanding that when we plant a seed, and you did plant a seed, and we need to wait for the right time of the harvest. So that seed grows and blossoms fully into what we expected and into what it fully fulfills us in terms of the work done there. And so you are advised to keep yourself as grounded as possible, to stabilize your energies, especially in terms of your mind, because it's restless. And this restless energy is not just for Leos. So far, all the readings that that I've made, there's a lot of confusion and nebulous energy around almost all the signs. So this is the beginning of the year that really calls upon us to be aware of the imbalances in terms of our mental body, our emotional body, and our spiritual body, and how all of that affects the physical aspects of our reality, of our environment, of how we are and feel able to deal with them. For you, especially with the Nine of Swords in the current position, it's about rest. It's about being able to empty your mind. It's to be able to, when you go to bed at night, to do some type of therapy that works for you, to really clear all these thoughts, this constant repetitive voices in your head telling you to worry, telling you to be impatient, telling you that something is wrong or something very bad will happen because what you are waiting to see, achieved and come your way hasn't come yet, and maybe it will never come, and maybe you did all this work and now you will not be rewarded by it. So pay attention of this sabotage system inside of our minds that really create anxiety, nervous energy, and ends up creating and attracting into your reality situations that weren't real but actually became by our participation in it. But in order for you to understand this concept, you really need to dive into the idea that whatever you think, you attract. And so it's about understanding deeply these unconscious patterns within us that end up worsening a situation that to begin with was not bad. It was just asking you to be patient. It was asking you as well, because you have the Knight of Pentacles. I'm sorry. Because you have the Knight of Pentacles crowning you, is asking you to be steady on your ground, to be careful, to be cautious. This is the slowest knight, but it's the one that when it gets there and when it gets to its destiny, it stays. Because he's grounded, he's strong, he's cautious, he's practical, he organizes, he has a plan. He knows that when he works on something, he will take its time, because it's not about quantity like in this card, it's about quality. It's about joining these two aspects, the quality of your work the quality of the management of your budgets and the management of your money. It's about the quality of your health and what you do, what you plan, how you organize your own, how you nurture your own body, how you nurture your own health in terms of, are you aware? Are you careful enough with it? Do you know what you put into your body? Do you know how to improve and perfect that system that is deeply connected with everything else? So if you are nervous and you are anxious and you are having panic attacks, it's okay. It's not like you are completely away from your spiritual awareness or your spiritual awakening because you are having panic attacks and you are having negative thoughts. No, it's okay to have them. It's okay to allow them to come to you, but you have to be accountable and responsible for yourself, because nobody else will be able to help you go through this phase if you don't do some type of self-conscious work. Okay, I'm having all this nervous energy. I'm having panic attacks. I'm freaking out. Okay, it's okay. I accept that. I allow that. But let me try to understand the triggers. Let me try to dive deep into it and see how can I improve? How can I empty my mind and allow myself to be on that stillness, even if the entire world is saying that I'm crazy because I'm not worried, is saying I'm crazy because I'm not doing anything. You are, and you will be more and more, especially if you align with these energies, you will be doing something, but it's at your own pace, the pace of the rhythms of nature, the pace of the rhythms of the situation itself. There's many times in our life we can't force something to happen. And the more we do, the worse we get into the situation, the more challenging and more obstacles we find. Because it's not a time to do, it's a time to wait. There's times to be passive and there's times to be active. And this is this constant dance between feminine and masculine energies. And so it's interesting for you as well to try to see how this patterns fits in your life. Because coming from the recent past, you have the Seven of Swords, and so you jump from the 7 to the current position into the 9. So maybe this was a situation you tried to get away from silently, you tried to get away quietly, or someone did something in terms of your work, in terms of money, in terms of your ideas and projects that really hit you hard because you didn't expect this type of dishonest behavior, this type of behavior where there's half-truths and there's illusions and there's lies and there's smoked mirrors, either from you or from others. And by getting away or thinking that you were able to get away of the situation quietly and silently, you had to face your own self. In the current position, you have to face yourself with the situation in a deeper way, because this has a resonance again with the idea of how you treat your mind. How are you able to stabilize it, to ground it, to be patient, to know that everything will come at its own time. And of course, when someone or some outside circumstance does something to us that it's hard to forgive or hard to understand or hard to not be worried about, if someone steals something from us, of course we will be angry, we will be upset, we will be very nervous. But does it make us any good? Does it solve it? That's the first instant reactions. Okay, it's okay, but then will it help us to figure out a solution? Will it help us to improve the situation in some way? Will it help us into the understanding of how and why did we end up in that situation in the first place? Because the more you put an emphasis on the problem, the more swords you create on your mind and pierce your thoughts with this very harsh energy, that it just tells you that everything is wrong and there's nothing you can do, and you're gonna end up having panic attacks after panic attacks because your mind doesn't allow the stillness, the emptiness, the darkness, the potential of the infinite black canvas to work towards you, to help you make a new exit strategy, a new plan, okay, to organize a new schedule, to organize a new way to reorganize or recuperate whatever was lost or taken here with the Seven of Swords. And so unconsciously and in the future to come, you have the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands. So two wands cards ending up your reading. So wands have to deal with the fire element, which is your own natural element. So it seems that you are asked to stand on your ground again, to be grounded in the face of challenges. Because yes, you have 3 sevens. It's more than likely that you will face some type of challenge in your outside environment that will test your, again, it will test your ability to have your mind, to have your intellect in place, to deal with it in a way that it's healthy, to deal in a way where you see the solution and you see how to stand in your ground and to keep yourself strong and brave in the face of criticism, opposition, people calling up your attention to different ideas, and you having really to be strong and brave to face it, because this is a commitment with your own unique ideas, okay, with this plan you are organizing here with the Knight of Pentacles. And this is a challenge, a test to see how committed are you to this idea, to this plan, to these concepts that you're trying to manifest, even when you are so deeply tested, even when you have all the world against you and telling you that you will never be able to push that forward. How able are you to have the soldier mentality working with you, to know that you are strong? Look at these two cards. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but this is two very soldiers ready for the war, strong cards. And yes, they are wounded, and yes, they are tired, and yes, it's a challenge. We all face this type of energies at some point in our life, yes, but look, he's still able to stand up. Even after all of it, he goes from a 7 to a 9, and you begin with the 9 as well. It's very interesting for you. So you are in this process of culmination, okay? It's a transitional period, and usually it's the period where our energies and the situations go up and down, very in a very imbalanced way. That's why you need to watch your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical self and try to blend them at work. Try to bring them together at work with this challenge you are facing, and know that you are strong enough to do that. Know that whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever dream you want to see manifested, you will, but you need to know that the road to authentic life, the road to manifest something that comes from our soul's desire to be created, is always a road that faces many roadblocks, because that's how we evolve, that's how we grow, and that's how we understand how deeply committed we are to that desire. So watch your energy field. If you do need to rest. If you do need to retreat, because in that retreat you will make your expertise, you will gain your expertise, you will gain your plan, focus of how to deal with this situation in a way that helps you, in a way that helps you get out of it, in a way that helps you get out of it without running away from it, by facing it, but facing it in your own terms. So Leo, I hope you have a great new year. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting. I really, really appreciate it. And we'll see each other next year.